Are we buying a new house? Maybe. Have we already bought one? Maybe not. Are we exploring houses? Definitely yes. So come along in this journey with us as we explore various houses in Toronto and consider whether we have to buy a new house or not.
Hi kinds, welcome back to our channel Be Kind. Those of you who don't know us, this is me Kriti and that's my husband Shrey. We moved to Canada almost a year ago. We live in a one-bedroom condo in Midtown. Those of you who have been following us along the journey, you have seen us move into our rented condo back in January or February, and you really gave us a lot of love and support for that video. So if you have not watched that house tour video, we'll link it up here. In today's video, we wanted to talk about our search for a newer property for us. The reason we are looking into this is because we live in a one-bedroom condo and we thought this space is getting smaller, so we wanted to explore options of either renting a new house or buying a property.
So we started the house search back in July. We are shooting the video end of November. So the videos that we are showing you, we are not wearing winter clothes because they are from July. So we'll start the house search. Let's start and look at the first property that we looked in Oakville. So guys, we are in Oakville. We are starting with this journey of looking for a house of our own. This is the first one that we are looking at.
रुको जरा सबर करो.
So before we move into different houses that we explored back in July and over the months till December, this is December first week actually.
Yeah.
So we sat down, we actually made a plan as to what we are looking for. So we'll be walking you through different things that we considered before looking for a property. So the first point that we looked at is our budget. And obviously budget is a very important thing you need to consider when you're looking to buy a property. The second important thing that we wanted were at least minimum of 2 bedrooms and 2 full washrooms. Many houses here don't offer that. So these were the two first minimum considerations or requirements we had, and that's exactly what we told our realtors as well.
Yeah. And regarding the budget, because right now the interest rates are really high, so we calculated what is the mortgage that would come to us on a monthly level. And because we are like at the peak of the interest rate, we knew that if we could afford a house at this rate, even in the future when the rates come down, the budget would be even more suitable for us because the mortgages will start going down now because we are kind of at the peak of the interest rate cycle. So that's how we calculated our budget depending on both of our salaries. And the third thing that we wanted to look at was the location. So we were open to all kinds of houses at this stage, be it condo, detached or apartment. So we looked at everything, but we wanted to have a look at what's the location that we will choose at. So let me take you to a map and show you what location were we considering. So this is the map of Toronto. As you can see, we currently live in this area called Midtown, which is about 20 minutes of drive from downtown. My office is in the northeast of where we live in this city called Markham.
And my office is in downtown.
It's right at CN Tower.
Yeah, it's right at CN Tower.
Your view from the office is so awesome.
Yeah.
And my view is open fields in Markham. So because of our offices, we didn't want to consider Brampton and Mississauga because we wanted more of a diversified population to live with. So from our personal preference, we were okay to consider Oakville, and we didn't want to go further west than that to Burlington and Hamilton because that would be really far from our offices, especially for me to go up to Markham.
Yeah, but we did look at everywhere. Like when we really started this journey, we were looking at Oshawa, Kitchener, Burlington, even Hamilton to some extent we considered. So we researched on the cities. We got to know about different criteria like schooling, hospitals, just the basic criteria you need when you're looking for
Crime rates.
Yeah, and crime rates. So I think Oakville was the first suburban area that we really wanted to explore. So now let's take you to the Oakville videos that we shot in July with our realtor, the different set of houses we saw there. So we'll be looking into those now.
Let's start with the first house.
So the first house we saw was a condo townhouse in Oakville, and this is what it looked like.
The entrance was good, right?
Yeah, we were very happy to see the space when
Yeah.
we move you know, when you go to these suburban areas, the first thing you see is so many spaces. So we liked how the layout was.
Yeah, let's go
And-
inside now.
So the entrance of this house was towards the upper floor. So it starts from the ground. There's a stairway that takes you on the first and the second floor.
Yeah.
This was a 2 bedroom and 2 bathroom. First thing we saw was the massive kitchen. I think that's what caught my eye. So I think now Shrey is checking the washroom here.
Yeah,
And
this was a
it
half.
1.5. So by 1.5 I mean it was just two-piece washroom that didn't have a shower, which was a bummer. Sometimes people put that as a 2 bathroom or a full bathroom, but usually it's not the case. So I saw the living area. There's a lot of space, like I said. So this was the beautiful decorated living area, really nice kitchen, and then
The house was beautifully decorated, right?
yeah, and then there's this dining set. We also had a patio, a small patio, which was really lovely. It was raining outside, so I think we didn't go.
And one thing is, when you go for viewings, they will put a lot of mirrors and decor that makes the house look very pretty.
So we went up a floor up. This is where the bedrooms are with 1 bathroom. So there was only 1 bathroom with shower on the top floor and the 2 bedrooms. This was the master bedroom, which was massive, and I was just in awe with the decor. It was really beautiful.
Yeah.
And
So one thing here is also you are buying the house. You are not buying the decor. So I was always telling Kriti, don't focus too much on the aesthetics, because you can get aesthetics afterwards, but just focus on the foundation of the house. So I think as we got more mature and experienced in looking at it, we knew what to look for, right?
yeah, and this was the second bedroom. It was smaller than the master one. Both these bedrooms had the closets inside. This stairway up takes you to a patio or a terrace space. Like I said, it was raining, so we didn't go up. It was a smaller terrace, and we also had in-suite laundry also in the house.
Our criteria was to have minimum 2 bathrooms, so that's why we kind of rejected this house. But if I tell you about some of the numbers for this house, this was listed for $750,000 for a condo townhouse. It was 2 bedroom and 1.5 bathroom. And I checked the status of this house now. So this house was not sold. So the listing expired. So I was just curious to see how much did it sell. So it did not sell. So that was the first house. Now let's go to the second one.
So this was the second house that we saw. This was right opposite to the first one in Oakville. This also had 1.5 washroom and 2 bedrooms. So it was at a lower ground, while that had a stairway up towards upstairs. I did not like this place a lot because it was very dark and dingy. It was very well decorated. It was very spacious too. But I think it was not as modern. If you can see the kitchen here,
Yeah,
or the
and
stove.
and the stove also is old. So this is an
Yeah.
old style of stove. So that tells us that the appliances are really old.
Yeah, and even the floor in the bedroom had some markings on it. It was broken.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that caught both of our eye was the noise that was coming out of the heater or
Yeah.
the AC that was running. It was very, very loud.
It was really loud.
Yeah, and even the carpets were not well kept. So
And the thing with carpets is, if you are buying a brand new house, then still it would be good to have carpets. But if it's an old carpet, you don't know what is beneath the carpet. There could be fungus, there could be bed bugs. So it's really I wouldn't prefer buying an old house which has a carpet, because I don't know how the flooring is beneath. So that's also something to consider. Okay. So now let's move to the third house. So the third house that we are showing here was also in Oakville. This was more like an apartment. This
Yeah.
wasn't a condo townhouse, right?
this was not a condo townhouse. It was an apartment building.
2 bedroom.
Just apartments and an open parking, and no facilities like gym or your lounge or anything available. So they were just apartments, so just an apartment building.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a management also there. I think there was just
Yeah, I don't think there was a concierge.
yeah. I didn't like the view as much because we were just practically seeing the
Open field.
and the road. But
Yeah.
it was very well, like I said, these houses are very well staged, so very well decorated. It had 2 full bathrooms and 2 full washrooms. It was very spacious.
It was a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1100 square feet condo. So the area was really big. So the thing with bigger condos is also if the condo is bigger in size, you would pay more for maintenance as well, because maintenance is calculated per square foot. And I think one thing that we did not like was the vibe, right?
Yeah, so when we first saw this rental property that we are currently living in, we really liked the vibe here. We saw so many younger generations, the lively market. We saw so many pets around. I got the positive vibes, and I think I mentioned I got the New York vibes that I was looking for. But when we went here, I didn't feel so positive. I didn't get that vibe.
Yeah, there were a lot of old people living here, so a lot of retirees. So we did not want to be somewhere where there is mostly an older crowd. So that didn't work out for us. So that's why we did not consider this house as well. If I tell you the details, it was listed for 659,000. 765 was the maintenance over and above that, which is really high considering that there are no amenities, but it's because the area was big, and it sold for 625,000. That's the price it was sold at.
So the third house we saw was also in Oakville. This was a condo townhouse. The area was amazing. It was very close to all the stores, Go Train if you had to go downtown. There was a lot of open space, children's park around. We saw a lot of younger people walking, bicycling.
And there was a garage space, and there was a staircase from the garage to the apartment itself.
Yeah, the garage space was amazing. And I think the best thing I liked about this house was the storage unit. So usually in condos you get a one small locker unit, right? Over there we had a full room of storage, which was amazing. And then this was on the third floor that we saw the house. As soon as we entered, the owner, the lady was inside the house with her kid. So usually when you go for visits, it's your realtor who is doing all the talks with the owner. You don't get to meet them or even speak with them. So I think it was by chance that she was at home.
Yeah.
So we did the viewing. We can now show you the video.
And before we go to the video, I wanted to also call out that this was on the third floor and there was no lift. So we
Yeah.
had to take the stairs to
Yeah.
walk up to the floor, and there was no lift in the building. So we were kind of like, okay, whether, that was something that we didn't really like, because there are chances that we will need a lift.
This is the kitchen. The kitchen was massive. There was so much pantry space, which I loved. This was the living and dining space. It was a little smaller, but it was nice. This was the smaller guest bedroom or the kid's bedroom. She had one kid, so she put it there for the kid. And as you can see, the view is nice. I love this little patio space.
Yeah. There was a barbecue
decorated
also.
it really well. Again, this is the master bedroom. I like what they've done to the wall. Very well staged, very well decorated. Walk-in wardrobe, nice furniture. And yeah, so as you can see, we are talking to the owner and I'm taking the video. And I think this was the first bathroom that we saw. And I was just making sure we have 2 full washrooms, so we
Yeah.
had those. So it was meeting up with our criteria. To be honest, we really like this house. And the best part is that we spoke to the owner. She walked us through the storage unit, showed us the garage.
There were some schools, really good schools as well. So the rating of the schools that you are living around is really important, because you don't get to choose which school your child would go to. It is the one that is nearest to your house. So the school ratings here were 9.5, so that was a big element. We were debating whether should we go ahead with this or not,
Yeah.
but then what
Yeah.
were your thoughts on the lift not being there?
Yeah, I did not like that at all. You need a lift, right? You carry groceries, you go up and down. I didn't find it too safe. Even when we get our parents here, it will be hard for them to go all the way up and all the time if they have
Yeah.
to step out. So I was not in the favor of that. Even though I liked the house, I liked how the owner was there and everything.
Yeah.
We were considering it. I think this became like a second, third option, but
For a brief period of time, but
Yeah.
kudos to the owner. Like she said, she was pregnant also during this house, and she was managing it with the stairs
Yeah.
and raising a kid. That's
Yeah.
really difficult, and not everybody can do that. And especially if there is a medical emergency or things like
Yeah.
that, you need to have an elevator. So we did not consider that. Okay, if I give you more details about this house, this was also in Oakville. It was a 2-bed, 2-bath condo townhouse. The list price was $699, and there was a maintenance fee of $430, But I don't think there were any amenities in the building, right?
No
There were
amenities, it was
just the, but it was sold for 765,000. So that this was sold right in July when there was a peak going on. The peak was still there. So list price was 700 and it got sold for 765, which was outside our budget anyways. So the last house that we saw,
So the fourth house, and I think probably the last one in Oakville that we saw, was a condo. Again, this was a very modern condo. It had all the amenities, just like the rental property we are living in, lounge. So this was a 2+2 bathroom plus den. As you can see, this is the den, and we were like, wow, this is such a beautiful space.
Yeah.
Kitchen was again mind blowing. The pantry space, the modern decor was amazing, and we had so much space in the living area, which was amazing. I don't even want to talk about the balcony. It was like a whole terrace into itself. So amazing. This was the washer dryer in ensuite, which was amazing.
and it was a new building.
Yeah,
The
so
amenities
everything
were
was
new.
there. This is the first bathroom. Again, very spacious, lots of space, all the modern fixtures, which I love. And this is the first guest bedroom, or the guest bedroom.
Look at the
that we have.
balcony. It was
And
so big.
it had a walk-in closet. Again, great. This was little filled, but I think it's great for the space. And then I think we saw the master bedroom, which was amazing. I liked what they did to the TV fixtures here, and this was the great patio. The master bedroom was amazing. It had so many, it has so much space. There was a walk-in closet, and I think they put a separate closet for that. So I was like, okay, this is amazing. We had two his and hers, sinks, which was again great. Such a big space. And yeah, I like that little corner here.
Yeah, look at that storage area
The
here.
closet space.
We saw another one in this building where instead of the storage space, they had a workspace in that area.
And the patio was something that we really loved. It was like a whole terrace to itself. So I think it was amazing.
And we checked out the gym and everything, all the amenities of this building as well, which were really good. But this was listed for $720,000, which I thought for a condo in Oakville, and there was a maintenance fee of 605 over that as well. So I thought that for a condo in Oakville, this was really high. If you are going out of the city, people might as well consider a condo townhouse or a townhouse. So purpose of a condo life is when you're living close to the city or the downtown. So that's why we didn't consider this, because it was slightly over budget and we didn't want a condo particularly in Oakville. So after looking at the condo in Oakville, we ended the day by looking at a proper townhouse at the border of Brampton and Mississauga. Our realtor was talking a lot about this area, that it's really an upcoming area. So we went to explore a townhouse. So let us show you. This was the entry to the townhouse, little bit of stairs, and then this staircase, the second one, was leading up to the garage. Here again a bit of stairs before you come to the living room.
Of the whole staged, or I think someone was living there. Look at the furniture. It was just so mind blowing. I think I got some ideas from here. And the kitchen was just my dream. It had an island, it had the decor, it had the lights. So it was just beautiful. And I loved the entire space that we are getting. I think we'll come back to the patio later, but that was also mind-blowing. This house was love. It was so beautiful and it was so well decorated. Again, this was 2-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, full bathroom. So this was I think the master bedroom. And look at the decorated bathroom here. I think I got some ideas for my house when I'll buy it. How will I decorate it? But then this was the walk-in closet, and I was just like, oh my god, this is the dream.
It was just like a wow.
And then you have the in-suite laundry or en-suite laundry unit. I like that space that you have to store your laundry stuff, which comes in handy. And then this is the second bedroom. I think he or she made a gym out of it too, which was amazing.
I think we discussed that looking at the furniture, it was a she, because it was so beautifully done. Like,
and it was so neat.
not being sexist, but it looked like a girl's house the way it was decorated.
This was the second bathroom, and again another walk-in closet. So here you'll see some Indian clothes hanging in too. That's what I saw, and I figured out this is a place of a girl.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
so
discussed
we
that.
figured
Yeah.
that out. But yeah, this house was really amazing. I think the other thing we saw was the patio space. The patio space was amazing. The view was really good, and I think this neighborhood had really nice cars too. So see how well decorated, and this definitely is a work a girl would do. I'm not being sexist, but as you can see here, and
Yeah.
the view was really amazing.
Yeah.
The neighborhood was really good, but I think this was really out of our budget.
So this place was listed for $799,000, and there was a maintenance as well of 268. So this was not a freehold property, but this sold for 790. So our budget was kind of at around 700. So this was over our budget, and there was a maintenance as well. But we really liked the place, but we could not go for it due to the budget.
We figured out that in Oakville specifically, what was fitting our budget was just a condo or a condo townhouse, again restrictive space, which we didn't like. 'Cause we
Mostly
thought-
and 1.5
yeah,
washrooms.
and one and a half washrooms. So we thought if we have to live in a condo, we might as well be in downtown, right? Why do we have to move to the suburban area? So we stepped back. So we spoke to a realtor, and both Shrey and I discussed that since we have to go to the office just once in a week, so maybe we can try to explore areas that are further off GTA or Toronto, and that's the very reason we started to explore Barrie.